We are live. Straight from Braveland.
Can we go up to like the 30th floor in these buildings over here?
Oh, God. What was that?
Can we go up to like the 30th floor in those two towers?
You can. I don't know. You want to go check it out?
Yeah, we're just looking around.
Just looking around, man. Looking around is a
I
good
think
thing.
I think there's an elevator in there. I don't know how many floors are accessible.
I think it takes you to the top. Anyways, you're not looking too good.
Well, I'm reading the help. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I'm reading the help trying to find a keyboard key to toggle the mic.
Okay. You keep talking. I need to turn up your audio, or either that, or if you can talk closer to the microphone.
I can't get close to the mic. It's a boom. Is this test 1, 2? You like that? Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So we are live streaming, and anybody watching us out there in the YouTube lands, make sure you leave us some questions, because these are some hardcore developers here to answer your questions. We got Vincent and Agent M here for the best of the best from the Ravencoin community. So make sure you leave your questions, and I'll make sure to ask them, okay? I don't know about this guy, man. I don't know. M looks like he's on drugs, man.
I'm literally laughing my ass off. What to his head?
What's my avatar doing? I also figured out the number 1 on the keyboard is push to talk.
Push to talk. Alright. So I'm going to send you guys a link here if I can find. Here we go. The YouTubes. To the YouTubes. So the reason why we met up here for the viewers and listeners, we were actually in Discord earlier talking about how to, I guess, bring more public marketing, just more exposure to the community outside of Ravencoin, which hasn't been easy. And the reason it hasn't been easy is because, one, there's no real incentive for people to really have a passion and drive to do that, right? So it's basically have to be like free marketing, and people don't like to do things for free.
That bothers me, especially the bag holders.
Exactly. Let's see who else is in here. So we're waiting for people to show up right now, and yeah.
Hey, Vincent, are you the Vincent from C3 and Ravencoin community?
He's a silent type.
Well, do you know?
I had the mic off.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
So, you go to the Raven community at all?
Here we go. Someone's coming. Who is that?
Yeah, I don't spend a ton of time there, but I do watch it now and then.
What are you, a miner, a dev?
Oh man, looks like I crashed.
Miner.
I froze the computer. Oh man, what happened? Are you guys able to see?
We can hear you, and I can see you. You're not really moving.
Yeah, I just froze. Yeah, they gotta fix this, man. I don't know what happened. I should have never left. See what happens when
Are you on your?
See what happened?
Are you on your desktop or your laptop?
House, man, you catch COVID, even in Braveland. Now I'm just stuck here.
Are you on your laptop or desktop?
Yeah, laptop. Yeah.
Okay.
This is probably just an updated patch because they've been changing the code a lot, like almost on a daily basis, man. It's unbelievable how quick they're pushing out code.
Yeah, it sucks because I can't get any code read.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. Let's see, Control Alt.
Who are you, For Life Gamer?
What was that?
Why do I hear beach sound now? I said, who are you, For Life Gamer? Blockchain down. It says you're talking, but I don't hear anything.
Yeah, well, I'm frozen right now.
Now I do.
I can't do anything, so I'm gonna have to close it down and come back. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, that's a bummer. That ain't fun at all, man. That ain't fun at all. All right, let's get this going. Let's see if we'll connect. There we go. Yay. We are back online. Anybody? Okay, let's go to go to soccer field. All right, man. Made it back. All right, close it.
That was quick.
All right, FourLifeGaming. Hello, how you doing, sir? Welcome.
He doesn't have a mic.
He has no mic.
No mic. Okay, well, if you want to have a seat? I mean, your legs look kind of tired there. All right.
He's talking in the soccer field chat.
The soccer field chat? Okay, I want to make an NFT for player cards in my gaming group. What gaming group do you have? By the way, FourLifeGaming, like what? I'm assuming that's what you have, right? FourLifeGaming YouTube channel, maybe. Shake your head if I. Yeah. Okay, got it. All right. NFT. Now, it's not difficult to make NFTs on Ravencoin. Not at all. It's very simple. Now, do you happen to have a main asset? No. That's a no. No main asset. Yeah, you have a main asset. Okay, so then you should be able to make it, right? Why does he keeps getting up? What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe he's not used to the controls.
If you're trying to type, you need to click the what do you call it? The little box to type. Click the box to type, and then you can type. I think that's what he's trying to do. So we got Vincent M. I sent you guys a link if you guys want to share that out so we can get some viewers in, some live viewers. Right now we have nothing. We've been streaming for already 9 minutes. I mean, hopefully we get somebody in here pretty soon. But this is just, it's not what I was expecting. I thought there was going to be like hundreds of people here, but yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, so Kai tried to get people over here from Discord right before you started, but I don't know what happened.
Awesome.
I thought there was some kind of podcast or something going on tonight.
I thought so too. I mean, we can do that too if you want. You want to do that? I'm already live streaming this. That's what that YouTube link is. It's the direct live stream link to your face. I'm literally looking at your face and you'll see it live stream. Yeah, FourLifeGaming. He looks over to your face. Yeah. All right. Do you guys want to do a podcast? I honestly, I thought this was a meetup. We could do a meetup. We could do a podcast. It is what it is. You guys want to do that?
I mean, I'm fine with the meeting.
I just want to chat.
Either ways, yeah.
Ravencoin and marketing, because that was actually kind of inspirational. It was about an hour long in Discord, just talking about basically how to properly market, how to basically invest all our energy, not all our energy, a lot of our energy into really getting Ravencoin out there in the public eye, because Ravencoin is primed to blast off to the moon per se. But the problem that we have, and I say we Ravenites, that we don't actually have a marketing campaign per se, because we don't have a budget really. We just started a Ravencoin Foundation just recently, and there's a little bag there, but it's not distributed for any marketing campaign. And I believe last Friday during the developers meeting, there was no there was a question if we should put aside some funds for marketing, and it doesn't look like as of right now, because our Ravencoins are very scarce. Our foundation Ravencoin are very limited. They're not planning on putting any aside for marketing. So for the time being, the idea for Ravencoin is just to have the community itself talk about Ravencoin and spread the Raven message globally. I will tell you that a lot of the Asian community in Asia, South Korea, and China and whatnot, they are actually utilizing Ravencoin a lot more, man. They got so much stuff going on with Ravencoin. It's unbelievable. Now, we just pretty much...
Are they creating assets?
They are. They're creating assets. They're creating companies. They're creating a lot of different products. There's so much stuff that they have on their end, but it's all pretty private. It's normally centralized. And I don't want to say centralized. And yeah, it's pretty much just within their region, because obviously it's in it's written in Korean, right? So obviously you can't really read it, what their company is, but it's based off of the Ravencoin blockchain, and it's many companies on top of that, right? It's so unbelievable just to see that. But then when you look at the American side, it's like, Americans aren't really planning on, we're not really creating companies. Everyone's just kind of a bag holder and not really utilizing it, which is very disappointing for the Western world. It's really disappointing. What do you guys say? Give me some insights. I want you guys' thoughts. Let's get the let's get the community involved. Any words? Anything? Going on?
I don't really follow much of what other people are doing. I know oh my God, blank his name, Deadhead, is he's pretty active lately. He's on fire building something. I don't know if he tokenized the project. Why do I hear the ocean?
I think it's background noise on John's mic.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sounds like the ocean. But yeah,
maybe it was maybe a fan or something.
I don't know what people are building in the community, but all the assets that were created, I assume some of them are businesses.
Hey, John, I missed the first part of the meeting on Discord, so I didn't hear the very beginning of what they were talking about as far as their marketing ideas. Could you kind of summarize that?
Yeah, I missed all that also.
So it was pretty much, and I mean, I probably wasn't too far ahead of you. I mean, I jumped in the middle of that as well, but it sounded like there's a push to try to get more marketing for Ravencoin, but we don't have a budget. So there's a vision with the community, a small handful of players that want to kind of spearhead this project and create a dedicated YouTube channel specifically for Ravencoin, a dedicated Discord channel, even though there's already one, but more for a podcast, because there's an idea of having a dedicated Ravencoin podcast channel, because podcasting is a thing now, right? Obviously, a lot of dedicated social media sites, but I'm not sure if that's really going to work. If there's already if there's already other sites out there, then utilize those, right? Is what I'm thinking. They already have a following. There's other platforms already that have a following, right? So just use those.
I would agree with that. Where I jumped in, yeah, where I jumped in, I mean, what I heard I thought was very interesting and positive. And so I heard them talking about getting established artists to potentially use Raven for NFTs, and then somebody was starting to talk about getting into esports tournaments, and I'm not very familiar with that, but I get the general concept, which is that they have prizes and pools, and using Raven for the prizes and the pools, and that would in turn get exposure through Twitch, which obviously has, I mean, a large user base. Those sound like excellent ideas.
Yeah, and the reason that originally came up was because somebody brought up Braveland, because Braveland is a platform that's specifically built for the Ravenites, right? This world right here that we're in right now is purposely built for the Ravenites to come in and have meetings and hang out, just like we're doing right now. And we have to thank Blockchain Tiger for that, because this is not free. He's paying a monthly fee for this. While you're sitting here, this guy is coughing up $5,000 a month for this platform. Exactly, Em. I see your head. I see your head shaking. It's crazy, isn't it? I know.
Yes, just unlocking my head there.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. So obviously he wants us to get as much use out of it as possible. When I interviewed him, that guy he's so awesome, man. There's some people out there in the world that are just backholders and just want to turn a profit. No, Blockchain Tiger is one of those guys that actually want to utilize it and spread the technology to other people out there. He's willing to give up a lot of Ravencoin just for the community, the Ravencoin Foundation, to develop more software for the future.
Yeah, I heard your interview with him on your podcast, and I liked what he said. He's
Can you
had a...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, blockchain, John. Can you provide a link? Because I didn't hear that interview later. At some point.
Yeah, it's you should be able to see that same link that I sent the live stream that's going on, C3 Media. It's on there as well.
It says blockchain.
I'll send it.
Tiger on it.
I'll send it.
Yeah, I'll look later.
Let's see here.
Yeah, he had a similar start to me just earlier. He was, I guess, mining LTC first, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
And then he switched, I think, to Ethereum. And then he said he sold all his crypto in December of 2017, which is amazing. And then after that, he kind of, yeah. And then he kind of felt, I guess he said, a little bit lost with crypto or in crypto. And that's when he decided I guess he learned about Raven and started looking into it, really liked it, ran it by some of his friends who really liked it, and they just decided they wanted to, I guess, do some building on it and just come at it from a supportive position.
Exactly. And I think where he really fell in love was the whole idea behind proof of work, which that's me 100%. That's why I clicked with that guy so well, because he's so proof of work. That's what's amazing.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely. We were joking around about the POS acronym standing for other things.
In regards to NFTs, I believe FourLifeGaming. Do you have a name for FourLifeGaming? FLG? Maybe FLG. There you go.
Well, he's typing.
Soyjoy. Soyjoy.
He's gonna type.
Right? Soyjoy. Let's go Soyjoy. NFTs. So you want to make NFTs. If you have the Ravencoin QT wallet, it's very easy, because that's the way that the QT wallet was designed, to make it very simple. You create a main asset, which is going to cost you 500 Raven to burn. You're going to have to burn those Ravencoin IPFS was released, I think, yes. So I looked into that. The Ravencoin IPFS was released by Doug, aka Mango Farms. So Mango Farms was did this project with what is it, IPFS, another IPFS company, and awesome, Soyjoy, awesome. That's pretty cool. 15 main assets. So the Ravencoin IPFS is actually a monthly. You're paying. That's what kind of boggles my mind. It's like, well, I can see what he's doing. He's trying to make a profit off of using services that are free. And the way he's doing it is by making it so simple for the end user to upload into IPFS. The lowest is Ravencoin a month, yes. But the thing is that's only 200 megabits, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's 200 megabits.
Megabytes.
Yeah, megabytes. And I think that's what it is. And that's not enough, man. That's a couple memes. That's about it. If I'm going to use IPFS, I want to upload some videos. Like, for example, we're live streaming right now. I would like to upload this video to IPFS, but I can't do that with 200 megabytes, right?
Yeah, bytes.
Mega man. All right. But then the highest he has is 10 gigabytes.
Yeah.
But that's still not enough, because I think I've already uploaded 10 on my own IPFS node, and I've only uploaded a handful of things on there. So when you're paying 50 Raven a month for somebody's coming in, look, somebody's out there. I'm not sure who's out there. Someone's outside on the soccer field. Anyways, sorry to distract you guys. That's one of those things that I'm gonna recommend to everyone. I like Doug. Doug is awesome. He's created some fantastic things that I completely vouch for, that should be integrated into the main Qt wallet. But what he's done with Ravencoin IPFS is so simple. You can do that, and you can actually benefit a lot better off of just doing it yourself. You go to ipfs.io, I believe. You download the your own IPFS node. There it is. That's it. You don't do anything else. There's no coding. You download it. That's it. And you have yourself a node. You start instantly uploading everything you want into it. It's pretty much, I think it tops off. According to the backend coding, it shows that you can max out at 100 gigs. But I know some people that have pretty much a terabyte on there. So that's kind of interesting in itself as well, right? That's a terabyte of data on IPFS is unbelievable, right? But when you got Ravencoin IPFS tapping out at 10 gigabytes, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel limited, and on top of that, I'm paying for the service. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, I can see a little bit where they're coming from. They have to charge something because they're providing storage, hosting.
Right.
And
that's the thing, is that they're saying, hey,
yeah.
We're charging a fee because we promised to keep our node active 24/7. Now the thing with IPFS is if you don't keep your node active, your metadata will actually be disintegrated over time, and it will be dropped out of the network if you're not an active node. So what Mango Farms is doing, or Ravencoin IPFS, what they're doing is keeping an active node at all times on your behalf, as long as you're paying for the services. So that's why they're. Who's that? Somebody's walking by. Who's that?
AlexCaruso.
AlexCaruso. All right. I'm not sure who Alex is.
I don't either. I don't know.
Which I'm having some issues. I'm not able to see who's walking around, because I should be able to see who's out there. Oh, and by the way, they can't see us in your soy boy. What was his name? Soyjoy. It's a one-way glass. We can see out, but they can't see in. Good for new people that are just learning drag and drop. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, Soy, is that IPFS is just as easy. It's literally just that easy. You download the IPFS, you already have an active node. There it is. You drag and drop your files into IPFS. It's not that difficult. There is no coding. You drag and drop.
Yeah, it's, I'd say, a matter of convenience and I guess responsibility for running your own node. Not that it's hard, just, not everybody wants to do that. I can understand that. And so that's why, you pay a fee for somebody else to do it.
I don't know Mango's long-term plan, but probably a couple months ago when he was mentioning this, what he was building, talked about charging just a little bit, just to cover expenses and make a little. But I get the impression, he's building it to be something real for, I don't know if it's the law field or his art gallery sites that he builds for people. But so I don't know if he needs so much large data for, a video library as opposed to legal documents or pieces of art.
Yeah, if it's documents, you could fit a lot of documents into 200 megabytes.
Yeah, I can see that. I agree with you. But if you're uploading videos, I would discourage using that service. Just do your own IPFS node, or you can go to
for sure.
If you don't want to download your own node, I highly recommend you going to pinata.cloud, and it's a free service provided by Pinata, and on their behalf, they do pin your uploads. So that means that since they have an active node and they're pinning your data, having an active node all the time, your data won't be disintegrated, and it's free. Can't go wrong with that. That's going to be pinata.cloud for those that are listening and watching. Soy Boy, open your eyes, man. You're falling asleep on me. There you go. All right. Next question. I still wanted to talk about marketing and NFTs. Now, with the help with Mike, my co-host, he actually helped me a lot to get my book up and going on the Ravencoin blockchain, which is awesome, man. That's so awesome that I can now actually sell my book on IPFS. But the interesting thing is that we couldn't figure out how to encrypt the files, and that's the thing that I actually wanted was to encrypt it, because technically what you can do is go to IPFS if you know where to look and actually find my book without purchasing it, which is not really a problem because I technically do give it out for free on a quarterly basis through Amazon. So I currently have my book on sale digitally and physical copies on Amazon, and every quarter Amazon allows me to basically give it away for free for like a limited, like several days, like 3 or 4 days, 5 days, whatever it is. And I don't mind people downloading it for free. I just want to share what I've created over, I don't know, 2 decades? It took me I wrote the book back in 6th grade and decided later on in life, hey, I dug it up out of a box and said, you know what, I want to finish this book off and publish it. And that's what I did. I spent like a whole year really working on that book and finally got it up. And I said, you know what, it's not really doing good sales on Amazon. Will I be better off utilizing a blockchain? And with Ravencoin being so simple to use, I looked into utilizing this, and so far, as of date, and it's only been 2 days that it's been up, I've already got 222 sales on there, way better than what I've done on Amazon. So yeah, it's awesome.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
How did you share that with people?
So all I'm doing is just sharing one single image, and let me show you. Go to my Discord here.
So you're sharing it through Discord or some other platform? Okay.
Yeah, share it through Discord, and let's see if I can find it here. Where is it at?
I already saw it, and I have not read the book yet, but I do have to say I really enjoyed the art. That was great.
Awesome. Let's see here. Oh, that's actually going to be in the Ravencoin group, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so.
There we go. And copy message link and paste it over here. So actually, you know what I can do? I can put it right over here. What, am I not allowed to use this? Apparently not. it's not. Anyways, here's the link. What was it? Lowest plan. Okay, I'm not sure. Good for new people. Okay, I think changes are locked for now. Okay. I wonder.
CDTrader is in the house.
Is he? I'm not able to see that. I'm not getting updates on mine. I wonder if because I got lagged out, I'm just like in this weird limbo phase right now. You gonna go chase him down?
Yeah, I just went to turn, but I didn't. I hit the wrong date.
You can send him a message. So continuing on Ravencoin assets. Any questions or inputs on that you guys want to give? Anything? No? Okay. I see. Is Soyboy typing? No. Yes, he is. He is typing. Question. So Soyboy wanted to...
Why do you call him Soy Boy?
Or Soyjoy. Sorry, Soyjoy. I guess that's the name he wants, is Soyjoy. Marketing needs to be done in some
I
manner,
see.
think. So marketing, that's what we were talking about earlier in Discord for about an hour about marketing, because there's no real marketing in Ravencoin because there's no budget for that. And like I was saying earlier, nobody wants to do things for free. I don't mind. I'm not getting paid for this right now. I spend so many hours doing blockchain stuff. As a matter of fact, I got another blockchain meeting tomorrow with HODL Hashgraph with the chief marketing officer to talk about their network, which is completely different from Ravencoin. What changes are you talking about, Alex? Where's Alex at?
He's outside. We're having this. You're doing the chat in public so everybody can see it.
Oh, my bad. By the soccer field. We are. Oh shoot. We are in the small offices. Okay, let me sit down again. So, what was that? What was I saying? Oh, marketing. Nobody wants to do things for free. And that's the biggest problem, is that everyone talks, but nobody actually takes action. Everybody is a bag holder here. Well, not everybody. There's a handful of people that want to do things, but there's so much to do in Ravencoin that you have to really, I guess, distribute your time and your energy towards what your strengths are, right? Some people are really good at coding. What's the last thing the foundation fund has been used for? Good question. Right now, it's for they paid for the audit for the P2SH audit. Yeah, the security audit. Exactly. That was the last thing that they paid for. Not to my knowledge. No, nothing else since. There's a lot of bids of what we're trying to think about doing with the funds that were donated by Blockchain Tiger, and I think he donated like 150,000 Ravencoin to the community. Yeah, 100,000. Yeah, exactly, 100,000. And that's a good chunk of money right there, man. Especially as Ravencoin goes up, that's awesome. But once again, it's one of those things that nobody wants to do things for free. And that was that was one of the things that you overheard about using YouTubers and Twitchers to use their platform and basically give them a bag of 1,000 Ravencoin to basically distribute. And Alex is right outside. Can somebody open the door? Thank you. Basically, pay these YouTubers and Twitchers to basically market Braveland. How's it going, Alex? We're just... Yeah, Alex, welcome. Welcome, senor. I like your suit. Okay, where are we at? This is awesome. Yeah, Alex, go ahead and have a seat. We're chatting. By the way, you are live on YouTube, so make sure you say hi to all your family. Hi, Mom. Just go ahead and click F1. guess he didn't hear me. F1. Hey, Mom. That's hilarious. Nice. Okay, all right. What else? Vincent, I know you got something in your bag. What are you thinking? Nothing.
What do you mean in my bag?
What are you thinking about Ravencoin? You know, so today, the Coinbase IPO just happened today. It actually spiked up 60%. The beginning of the year in January, Tron Black actually put the application in for Ravencoin to be listed on Coinbase. Now that the Coinbase IPO has come and gone, the idea is that Coinbase is going to continue listing more coins. Obviously, there was a freeze there because obviously the IPO, and the company didn't want to do any more moves until the completion of the IPO. Now that it's come and it's gone, now it's the predictions. Who's going to be the next listed on Coinbase? And without a doubt, I think Ravencoin will be one of those coins listed on Coinbase. And I'm excited about that, by the way. Not that I completely agree with Coinbase, but the fact that we have more exposure is what I care about.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I saw or maybe it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, somebody spotted they already had some placeholders for ads, Coinbase that is, for ads for Raven.
Oh, really? Nice. The Expo Hall booths are filling quick is awesome. Expo Hall. Yes.
Is something going on there?
There's, I guess, an expo coming up pretty soon. After IPO, I think it's likely they will list more and faster. Yeah, but once again, I don't necessarily agree with everything that Coinbase does. Coinbase has always, from the genesis of their creation of their company, have always been in it for the big bag holders, for the investors, for the institutions. They've never been in it for us, for the regular folks, for the small timers, right? They gave us the on-ramp, the ability to on-ramp very easily from fiat to crypto, so you got to thank them for that. But their vision has never really been for us. It's always been from day one for the institutions, and this is exactly what they've been striving for the IPO. They've done everything that they can to get to this point. And once again, I feel that in the near future, you'll see that Coinbase will start to burn the small timers. It's to be expected. That's why I'm pro DEX, using decentralized exchanges. Of course, it's very difficult to on-ramp into a DEX because there's no real on-ramp. I don't even think there is an on-ramp from fiat to crypto using a DEX, right? It's crypto to crypto.
That's my understanding at this point. Yeah, there's not really a gateway.
Yeah. And I don't think there ever will be.
I think that'll be important, though, in the long run.
Absolutely.
Crypto to crypto is
it
going to
was
be more
mentioned.
important. Yeah.
Until we get to that point where crypto is what everybody's using.
Yeah.
I think that's what we have to build.
Exactly. Then fiat doesn't matter.
For Ravencoin, we have this P Raven token. Have you guys got into that?
I've checked it out.
Really.
I was still waiting for additional info on what the incentives are and how that all works. But I am interested in it.
Yeah. So as of right now, it's just depositing your Raven into a bag. It's just staying there. There is no second part to that other than just being a seeder of Raven to make the bag large enough.
Okay. I did notice that some, what do I want to say? So that's the bridge that was created for Raven to P-Raven, but then there's already swapping you can do with P-Raven to other tokens. I don't know if you saw that yet, John.
I did not. No, when did that happen? I was looking at it yesterday.
I noticed it probably, I think on Sunday. There was one for Raven to BNB, P Raven to BNB, I believe. And I think there's another one for P Raven to BUSD. Tron even mentioned something about seeing at one point somebody was selling P Raven and getting something like 38 cents in BUSD.
Nice. That's awesome. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That doesn't surprise me, by the way, using Binance over Ethereum, because it originally started with,
Yeah.
with converting Raven to P Raven, and on the back end, what they were utilizing was Binance to make that exchange happen. And it doesn't surprise me that you can convert P Raven to BNB.
Yeah, and anything on BSC. I mean, not every pair has been, of course, built yet. Just a few to begin with, but BSC doesn't, make sense just because the fees are low.
Alex, while you're here, if you have any questions, you can always ask some questions. And keep in mind that the questions that you ask might be a question that
The
somebody
audio
else watching
just
this.
died,
What's that?
like the network crap.
Could be. I don't hear anything from John anymore.
Oh, sorry about that. I had my mic muted. I was saying, Alex, if you have any questions, make sure you ask some questions at the bottom. Same thing with you, Soyjoy, because there's people watching this live streaming, and obviously thereafter. So when you ask a question, we hopefully can work together to try to get the answers to that, especially for you and for the listeners around and viewers. What else? What else was mentioned during the meeting?
I'd like to hear more about FourLifeGaming's idea with his game token.
Yeah. So
I wish he had a mic.
I know. I wish you had a mic too. Can you post the YouTube link so I can share? Yeah. Thought I had it here somewhere. Where'd it go? Can I copy this?
The NFT to track player stats and members, like baseball cards. So that's cool.
NFTs to track player stats and members, like baseball cards. That's going to be a lot of coding, right? It's not going to be as easy as just creating a static image, upload it to IPFS. So you got to create like an algorithm that actually builds up your character over time, right? Is what I'm guessing.
Well, if he does it for a selected year or a season or something, do it just like an image.
For certain games. Tournaments, etc. Do you already have a platform for this? Not yet. Are you working with anyone or just you yourself? Just you. Are you looking for developers, and are you willing to pay developers to help you out? I only use it to track members right now. Okay. All right.
NFTs for in-game accomplishments would probably be a worthwhile thing as well. Things like badges or accomplishments that are rare.
I think that's pretty good. He can maybe get the players to pay for their own cards, fund their own cards.
Right.
Like the idea.
What do you guys think that should be the first thing to be improved on the Ravencoin network?
The first thing to be improved?
What was that?
The burn rate.
The burn rate. And actually, you know what, Vincent, talk about that, because I believe that's your little part there, right?
Yeah, that's my soapbox.
Your soapbox. Go ahead.
There's just several layers, which I got to forward to the paper, the article, if you haven't read it. Actually, I'll put it in here. this thing. But the first thing that started the thought years ago, I started the Burn group in 2018 because the supply side of Raven has to last for 100 years. And you can't even expect to burn 100% of the coin creating assets, because just sheer economics will prove once it gets below 50% of the actual creation, just throwing a rough number out, the inflated price is going to make it an unusable tool because nobody will be able to afford it. And then, over the years, I've expanded on that thought and get the paper here, and I gotta find it.
I've been thinking about this too, and I had an idea, which was instead of just lowering the rate to some new fixed lower number, it'd probably be smarter to have it be dynamic, potentially based on, I guess, the value of Raven.
I actually, way back when I started the convo 2 years ago, I proposed what I called POM, proof of market. And as the demand side increased and the burn rate was increasing relative to the mining rate, instead of the burning the coin, they would somehow get reinserted into the mineable coin pool, and keeping the supply and demand at a somewhat figured out rate to keep the affordability down. That's a complicated. That's probably a complete fork.
So basically, there would still be a hard cap, but burn coins would be recycled.
Yeah, again, just we all want Raven to grow to be the best coin in the world. But if there's not enough on the supply side, and it costs $50,000 to create a main asset, who's going to do it?
No, I definitely agree with that side of it, and I'd like to see that addressed sooner than later. It's not super urgent this moment, but it's going to become more. It's going to make Raven more unattractive for NFTs that are inexpensive.
As we're sitting here experiencing the drama around the Ethereum gas fee, we're ignoring the fact that we're setting ourselves up for this exact same scenario. And let's not call it gas, let's call it asset creation fee.
Yeah, I mean, so
and
the transaction. That's almost a separate topic, but I understand the relation, and I agree. I have concerns about the future transaction congestion as well, and something like Lightning and other on-chain efficiency improvements can help with that. But you're right, the asset side of it's another component. Both are important, and I'd like to see thought put into those sooner than later. Now,
if you see in the chat, I included my write-up on it, and I think I cover every possible topic. I don't think there was one miss. If there was one miss, let me know.
Okay, I'll take a look.
And that's titled exactly what you said. The burn rate of Raven coin and why it should be addressed now rather than later. That was the title of it. CDTrader is in the house again.
CDTrader? Okay, I just messaged him. He was downloading. I guess he got stuck on downloading Braveland, and he just got it. Good. Hopefully you can find us.
Yeah, it's not a short read, so you're not going to be able to read it and discuss it now. But I mean, the opening lines there are the bullet points of the topics that or the perspective I looked at. it from?
You know what I want to bring up? Oh, sorry to change the subject, but there was something interesting. You know, like I told you guys that I started selling the book. Now, the problem with having a QT wallet is that the only time I ever had the opportunity to view my QT wallet is when I'm on my computer, right? That's pretty much, or either that or I remote into my laptop. Um, but if I'm selling these books and I have a million issues of them, which that's what I created, a million, uh, and over time, if people are sending me funds, the only time I ever know is I don't even get a notification. One, I would like to have notification features built into QT. Second, I would like to have the opportunity to mirror into my wallet directly, and possibly, I guess, I wouldn't say right. That's kind of a security issue there. But I think read only capabilities. Um, what do you guys think?
I'm all for
I think
better.
you should write up a proposal for the notification. Good idea.
Okay, thank you. All right, can somebody open the door for Alex?
I'm all for improved wallets with more functionality. One of the things I've talked about this before, but I'd like to see SegWit become part of Raven, not because it has to fix the malleability bug, but because it's basically a requirement for Lightning and other things like Taproot and Graftroot. And there's some great things that come along with that. For instance, I mean, for one, additional privacy. I'd like to see more privacy, especially as smart contracts become used more. And I'd also like to see better things for multi-sig, which could help with people getting locked out of their holdings because they lost their private key. So one example of that would be where you could have, let's say you could create 5 different private keys for your account, and then you could share those amongst 4 trusted friends, and if any 3 of them have the key, or any 4 of them have the key, and you put them together, then you can get your stuff back. That doesn't really exist yet. And that's the same for Bitcoin. I like looking to Bitcoin for what they're developing. A lot of the stuff they develop is intelligent, and these are some of the things that are around the corner for them. I'd like to see that. It's already developed. It's already been designed. It can literally, for the most part, I think, just plug it in to Raven, since it is Bitcoin.
Yeah, can you guys get the door? Somebody, please. All right. All right, CDTraders in the house. Those that are listening to the podcast, that noise is the door opening. We've got a big door in our office that opens up, and we close it, obviously, to prevent anyone from coming in and disrupting the podcast. CDTrader, how are you? If you can unmute your mic and chit-chat with us. We just finished talking about anything and everything on Ravencoin. No, not really. I'm sure there's a lot more to talk about. Oh, jeez. Mic check. There he is.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, this is very weird. I'm doing this on an ancient PC and nothing is rendering right, so everybody looks like the Invisible Man.
That's fine. You can.
I think you're standing inside me.
That's hilarious. CDTrader, are you able to see the chairs? You can have a seat here while we're chatting. CDTrader, did you have? First of all, do you have another name other than CDTrader that we can go by?
Stan.
Stan. Where'd he go?
By the desk.
Oh, here, you can sit down right here.
Are you allowed to move the chair?
How do I sit down? I have no idea how to use this.
You click the chair. Click this chair right here. Right over here. There you go. Perfect. I can see all you guys perfectly right here. All right.
Cool.
So continuing on the conversation that we're having, we're talking about M was actually going into detail about why he thinks that we should obviously continue the coding for P2SH. And what was it, M? What else?
Yeah, I was just saying I'd like to see SegWit brought over, because with that, you now are ready for Lightning, which I think will be important down the road. Not that these things are perfect, but Ravencoin as it is isn't perfect either. And then I'd also like to see, thought behind, or hear thought from developers anyway, about things like Taproot, which are coming to Bitcoin. It is bringing a number of worthwhile features and improvements, including on-chain efficiency, better privacy, expansion for smart contract capability, and I can't imagine why any of these things would be negatives for Raven. And because they've already been developed for Bitcoin and Raven essentially is Bitcoin, they should be very easy to integrate.
I think he's muted.
You can write up proposals.
I think he's muted.
Was I talking? Oh.
No, you came through. I think Stan is trying to talk, but he's muted.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm just listening.
Oh, okay.
I'm open to a proposal. I've never written one before. I don't know really what the process is. I don't want to write something that's not worth proposing. I'd like to ask some other people if there's issues with Raven's asset layer code that is going to conflict with things now like SegWit and so forth. Those would be kind of the questions I would want to ask, I guess, first.
If you go into the dev meeting history, I think it was 2 meetings ago, maybe 3, Tron had said that there was an answer to solve problem other than SegWit, and then last week at the dev meeting he said that as he learned more, he was incorrect or something to that effect. So if you show up at this week's dev meeting, you could ask there, or you could ask anytime at the Nest, but Tron would probably be able to answer that better at the dev meeting.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'd asked him before in Spatial once about Taproot, and while he was aware of it, he wasn't familiar enough with it to really say anything. But if I can get there, I've been, the last one I was at was about 3 weeks ago. If I can make it to this one, I will ask the question for sure.
Yeah, I remember you asking that in Spatial. Now, if I recall correctly, in regards to utilizing SegWit, I think the reason that they're not pushing that issue, because it's not an issue right now per se. There's no reason, according to them and the developers, Tron and the developers, is that right now we have so much flexibility to grow that there's no need for that right now. So nobody's really bothering to work on that code. There's so much other stuff to work on. Instead of focusing all our energy and time and money into integrating SegWit, because we're utilizing literally right now, even like right now, we're utilizing less than 10% of the blockchain itself. Each block is only filled up less than 10%. You'd be surprised, as a matter of fact, there's some blocks in present time, like literally, if you look back in the past, like 100 transactions, you'll see like literally 5, 4, 3 transactions per block. That's nothing. Once we get like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 transactions per block, then maybe we might start, looking into other things. But right now, that's what Tron's saying. Like, for what? We don't need it. We don't need it right now. Maybe
we know it'll be a problem.
I have a response to that. Yeah, even though we don't have anywhere near close to a capacity problem, there are many other reasons to start integrating things like SegWit. SegWit is a prerequisite to Taproot, and Taproot brings privacy improvements, smart chain improvements. Again, these aren't about just about capacity. Yes, also some efficiency, but those are things I'd like to see way before capacity becomes an issue. And the other thing I'd like to say is just, hard forks aren't great. And so if there are, if you are doing something that's going to require a hard fork, I'd like to see those handled before Raven gets really big and you just don't even want to plain do them anymore because they're too risky.
I totally agree, and that's covered in the burn.
Yeah, I agree as
The
well.
burn
How much
paper.
resources is going to be required to do that?
I didn't catch that. What did you say?
How much resources is going to be required to do that? Like, how many developers would it take to get that done, and how long?
Another great question, and this is what I'd have to ask somebody like Tron who understands the asset layer. So SegWit, so Raven already is just a fork of Bitcoin with it like an asset layer put on top of it, and I don't know if SegWit messes with the asset layer much, or if or not. And the same thing with things like Taproot. I would think because it's so similar to Bitcoin, it shouldn't be too big of a deal, but that's what I would ask. Understand. I would think most of the work is done just literally because Bitcoin developers have done the work.
A lot of people that do not want to address the burn rate conversation say the exact same thing. It's not a problem now. We'll worry about it when it's a problem. But that's ridiculous. You're gonna buy a fire extinguisher when your house is on fire?
Yeah, I get. The bigger this thing gets, the harder it is to make things change, and we can see that Ethereum is a great example of that.
Yeah. So here's the blunt answer that was given, was that if you believe that it should be forked, then go ahead and fork it. That's it.
Meaning
some
fork it
other
away
coin.
from the original Raven?
Yeah, if you think that you can do better with what's currently going on with Ravencoin, then go ahead and do it yourself. And
I hate that answer. I find it very insulting to people who have been here for 3 years.
Yeah.
And we don't want to listen to you. Go do your own thing.
That's a poor answer. I agree. This is a conversation about improving Raven, not trying to create something new.
I agree.
There's already enough new coins. More than enough.
I'd love to see some on-chain voting integrations made so that way people can actually vote on these opinions.
So actually, Mike Boats and Hose he already has a code out for that. It just hasn't been utilized, but it does exist. He does have that on GitHub. It's called Boats, VOTEZ, I think it is, Boats with a Z. And he developed that specifically for the Ravencoin community to vote on things, vote on proposals. And since
I hate that too.
What's that?
I hate that too.
Why is that?
Why?
Well, because I've been on this burn discussion for 3 years, and there's a lot of people who agree with me, but they'll vote against it because peer pressure, and they don't want the drama. But I think I love everything about Raven except the burn rate, because the supply side of Raven has to be funded for 50 years. And at 500 Raven for a main asset and 100 for a sub asset, and even 5 for a unique, that shit burns quick once adaptation enters the house.
I agree with that. I think that the rates are a little bit too high right now, but I guess it comes back to the concern of you need the community consensus and able to move forward with it. Whether people vote on it or not, it's kind of like the roll of the dice. You don't know what's going to happen until people vote.
Well, but again, they tried to silence me for months, and I'm not letting up. I mean, I am letting up.
Well,
I need it for my project. I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
No, I'm sorry. I was gonna say.
I need it for my. Go ahead.
I was gonna say back then it wasn't really an issue because it was affordable to buy and mine Raven. Now there's more people on the network on the blockchain mining Raven, which is making it difficult for me to mine Raven. And on top of that, it's actually getting more expensive, which is good. If you're a big bag holder, it's amazing. But if you're just getting into it and you actually want to utilize the platform, you're gonna cop up a nice penny. Actually, as a matter of fact, how much is it right now for 500 Raven? Let's check. I'm going to CoinGecko right now. Type in Raven. RVN. Here we go. Raven coin. And
Just under $100.
what was that?
Just under $100 for a main asset.
$112.
$100 US.
$112 for a main asset. That's not really cheap for somebody that is in a third world country trying to utilize blockchain technology. And keep in mind that we're trying to create a platform that everybody can use.
It's not cheap for a high schooler who has an idea, who's sitting home coding.
Yeah.
Didn't mention Facebook.
Not cheap for me that I'm hodling over a whole bunch of other coins right now, and I don't really want to spend that money on that.
Yeah.
I'd love to do my own assets and stuff, but crap, I'd rather hold on to the 500 Raven coin than create an asset right now.
Exactly, and so that's the issue. When I first started the stream, you'll see that I was talking. We got it. Sorry, we got it. He completely agrees. All right.
That's what he said.
When I started this live stream, what I was saying was, a lot of people in Asia currently right now are utilizing Ravencoin for real life purposes. In the Western world, we're bag holders per se. We're not really utilizing it to the maximum benefit that we can. So that shows a big. I don't know why that is culturally. I don't know why that is. Maybe they have just a lot more Raven. Maybe they just got deeper pockets. I don't know. What I could tell you is that, because I can see on the back end, there's some of the rooms that I can get to, like the admin room that I can get to, and there's a lot of stuff in there from the like South Korean side. Obviously, because this is Blockchain Tiger's platform, there's a lot of Asian leaders in there creating companies that are already successful and using blockchain technology, using specifically the Ravencoin blockchain, and it's working. It works. We're not there yet. Nowhere near what they got.
Who's in charge of the burn rates and figuring out how much assets or how much Ravencoin goes to make an asset?
Did you ask who's in charge?
Who's in charge of implementing the changes to the code so that way we could lower the burn rate?
I would say the developers.
But Tron said it will not change.
Okay.
I thought I heard him say it could change, but it doesn't sound like anyone's interested in doing it right now.
Because like Vincent said, the house isn't burning yet. And that's the problem that I can agree with on Vincent with. Deal with it now before the house catches on fire. You know.
Me too.
And I explained and I asked Tron this. I'm like, I don't want to look like what Ethereum is looking like, charging $200 for a transaction. I kid you not. I was trying to do a transaction for $80. It was an $80 transaction. I was just trying to move my crypto, right? It was one of those cryptos that pumped up, and I was trying to move it from one wallet to an exchange. It was $80. I'm like, yeah, dude, it was only $10 just a little while ago. Now it's $80. Heck yeah, let me withdraw this. Let me turn this to USDC. I was trying to move it. It was going to cost me $200. That's crazy. No, forget it. Forget it.
Yeah, that's
I
call that dysfunctional.
don't have any ERC20 tokens in my portfolio.
Yeah, I call it dysfunctional. And you know, people with Raven, including Tron, you know, we point the finger at Ethereum right now and laugh at it because it's dysfunctional, and it's going to look really stupid if Raven gets in that situation later.
Nothing's fixed in the near future. Well, I don't know about the near future. A few years down the road, a Ravencoin will look just like that, without a doubt. Because right now, like I said, the blessing that we have in the Ravencoin community is that the fees are reasonable, without a doubt. And the reason they're reasonable, and I explained this to Tron, they're like, hey, is there a solution to this? The reason that they're affordable is that the blocks aren't being capped out. Once they're capped out, that's when we start having this problem where miners are going to start nitpicking of who they want to accept, which fees they want to accept, and that's where we're going to be an exact copycat of what Ethereum is, paying that $200 transaction fee. Ridiculous. I don't even want to get near there.
Yeah, and that's a slightly separate topic from obviously the asset creation fee, but yeah. And I also can understand why it needs to cost a certain amount, because you want to prevent spam assets from being created and taking up a bunch of space. I do get that side of it too, but I agree that it's too expensive, and it needs to dynamically adjust as Raven goes up in price.
Yeah, and a lot of background noise from your mic.
I think that's from John again.
Yeah.
So what would be a reasonable price?
That's a great question. Off
Well,
the top of my head, I don't know, but I'd have to think about what is going to de-incentivize spam assets from being created, but not go much higher than that.
I believe
Vincent has a solution.
Well, I think the free market will handle it. Right now, there's very little demand in the creation of assets or NFTs. With the NFT trend, nobody knows about Ravencoin, and I don't think the price change would make them know about it. But if you lowered it where it's a fraction of a Raven to create a unique asset, the free market will make the conversion rate, whether you're trading, euros, dollars, or Bitcoin, the conversion rate will adjust to make it unaffordable to do spam over time. Once the demand kicks up, and then the gas fees increase, and people are using it for real projects, the spammers will get free marketed out of it. They will not be able to afford the spam.
What would it do to the network right now if we had a whole bunch of spammers making unique assets for fractions of a Raven coin?
One more time.
What would it do to the network if we had a whole bunch of spammers creating unique assets right now at the price of a fraction of a Raven coin?
Give it activity. Create nodes.
I would say it depends on how much spam there is, but Raven has 20 times the transaction capacity of Bitcoin, just to put it in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read the paper, CDTrader, that I wrote?
Hello?
Did you read the paper I wrote about the burn rate?
About the burn rate? Was that what you sent me last night?
No.
Well, then, no. I'm sorry.
No. What I sent you last night. That was the white paper for the new economic model based on my project.
Okay, yeah. I went through that. I'll have to go through the burn rate. If you want to DM it to me, I can take a look at it a little later.
It's on the public convo here.
Responding to FourLifeGaming, if spammers make a bunch of unique names, so the way that works, I believe, correct me, somebody else if I'm wrong, unique assets have to be created under a main asset. So the only way to run out of the ability to make new unique assets would be if all the main assets got filled up and all the main assets were created that can fit on the chain, which I think is 21 billion. Okay.
Well, that's not really correct, but there is a large there's a large number of, because there's 31 characters, 30 characters, I think it's 30 or 31 on a blank. With numbers and letters, you have to do the math to find out the combos, which is astronomical.
Is that the real limit? I saw Tron saying there was a 21 billion limit, but maybe I'm thinking of something else.
21 billion coins, and there's 21 billion tokens you're allowed to create in each asset other than the unique that you create.
Got it. Okay.
Which is also a graph showing that the power of that compared to one of the complaints of the burn rate in the paper.
I'll read your paper. I'll just have to do it after our meeting.
Yeah, of course. And I don't
took a
know
look at
why
it. I
people
did
laugh
read your
at it.
paper a while back.
I'm sorry.
I did read your paper a while back. I just needed to see it. And it's like, oh yeah, I remember reading this. Sorry about that.
Left the mark.
So here's the next.
Oh no, my memory is just.
So NFTs, we're gonna circle back to NFTs because NFTs have been actually very successful in Braveland. On Fridays, we have a Ravencoin NFT auction that has been very successful and is bringing more and more people involved into Ravencoin. It's finally showing people that you can do things with your Ravencoin. You can buy these NFTs, these assets, and now you can buy my book. So that's one of those things that, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, does anyone want to touch on NFTs? Now, has anyone not been to the expo? Yeah. I think we've all been there. There's a limit for Braveland this Friday, correct? There's always been a limit in Braveland, and I think it's like 200 people. And that's only because the Braveland platform is new, and they're not certain if it's going to be able to hold all the people in the network. It'll start to bottleneck, which that's when you start. Yeah, exactly. Smaller and other, limits in smaller rooms. But as these developers continue to improve on Verbella, which is an amazing platform, by the way, Verbella has been used since 2008. That's where this Braveland is built on the Verbella program. Amazing. It's crazy that in 2008, thousands and thousands, to this day, thousands and thousands of people, employees have been utilizing this platform as a work center. People actually get into the avatars, they punch in, they get to work. They use these computers here on the wall, or they have a little a desktop on their desk, and they sit at their desk and work. And there's a bunch of these avatars, these employees sitting around the table, like in real life, and they sit all around the table and they work on code. It's crazy. It's crazy to see that what is going on in real life is happening here in Verbella, Braveland. Not only that, it's been happening since 2008. We just have the opportunity to do that now. That's crazy. Come on, dog's barking. Anyways, any input on NFTs? Come on. Uh-oh.
I'm not into the trends, so I don't really follow.
I'd love to see where it goes. I mean, right now, I'm half thinking it's cool and half thinking I don't get it, but it's not going to stop me from making money on it. I know that a lot of the NFT cryptocurrencies that are out there have made me over 400% profit so far, and I think that it's going to be a trend that'll continue into the future, but how it takes shape, because it's in its early days, I don't know if it's going to be a joke and pitter-patter out, or if people are going to realize the real-world uses for it, which I think that there are a lot that you can use it for in many different industries.
I agree with that, all of it. I think a lot of it's a fad, and there are real-world uses too.
Yeah, I mean, I keep going back to music, and when NFT creators realize that they can make their songs an NFT, and or their their artwork or their sculpture or their podcast or whatever. And
Yeah, it's
find
like
a way
proof
to
of creation.
monetize it. One more time.
I was saying yes. I think it's useful for proof of creation.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I haven't been to the auction yet, and I haven't made an NFT, but I'll try to make this week.
What time is it at for the auction?
Doing an NFT outreach to different industries would be definitely beneficial to Raven Coin, so that way we can inform artists, musicians, writers, and people who can create original works of content that, hey, you don't need to go through these big publishing houses, these big record companies, these big movie studios. You can bypass it all, create your own unique assets, create your own NFTs, and fund your projects, or get paid for what you create.
Yeah, we just need a good marketplace for it. I don't know that such thing exists yet.
So last Friday, the largest auction that happened was a piece from Project 33 with a physical coin, a physical glass coin. That sold for 35,000 Raven. That's rounding up to about $8,000. That's so far the highest one that we've sold. And that's an amazing piece. First of all, I think the reason why it sold so high is because if you look all around Braveland, there's a lot of wallpapers and images by Project 33. So people already have that trust and that instillment from Project 33 that they're a trusted company and they're not there to mess with people, scam people. And on top of that, you get a physical coin, and it's a unique piece. Every single piece that they create is all done by hand, and that's interesting in itself. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Hey, what time is the next auction at?
So they changed their times. First, it was at like 6 p.m., and then last week they rolled it back to 4 p.m. Pacific time. But I believe if you go to the entrance right at the beginning, you'll see the banner right at the entrance. There's a big banner there that explains the time and location.
Okay, great. Thanks.
In regards to mining, let's jump over to mining because we haven't touched on mining in a while. And I'm a little disappointed with mining because, I know that it's to be expected that my rig is no longer, when I say my rig, my laptop is no longer going to be viable over time to mine as much Raven as I used to. I haven't had any issues having stale coins like I used to with Ethereum, because I don't know if it was just the pool that I was using or the program that I was using, but I've been pretty successful mining consistently Raven with no issues. Does anybody else mine Raven coin?
I'm not a miner.
Not a miner. You're a developer.
I mine.
Vincent, do you have a QT wallet?
I have not synced my Q2 wallet since Kapow. I hope my assets are there. I hope my Raven are there.
Okay, that's kind of concerning, isn't it? Like, what if you don't have access to that?
Well, I mean, I have the DAT file. Several locations. I have.
Well, if you want, I can test it out. Just send that BAT file over to me. I can make sure it's all there.
All right, yeah. I'll DM it to you. Yeah, it's in the plans because the dev I have working on my project, I don't think he gets it. I'm going to try to incentivize him with. Sounds like we're in a tunnel. Back to trailers.
I didn't catch that last part.
Mike, your mic is pretty loud, John, with background noise. I'm going to try to incentivize my dev on top of what I pay him to do the work, to give him ownership if he meets timelines. And again, I don't know what he knows about blockchain. I doubt he knows tokenized assets. I don't think he'll get it. But I got to get my wallet up and running in order to reissue my project and be able to do that.
Just be very, very careful when you're giving up ownership of a company, especially to incentivize other people. I mean, it could really come back to bite you in the ass.
Nah, I mean, if you read the paper last night, it's 5% for the prototype, up to 5%, and that's going to be split up, among several people if I ever get to implement that practice. But most people just want, hard-earned currency, the fiat shit.
We're gonna get ready to
What
wrap
about
this
setting
up at the top
events?
of the hour. We're gonna wrap this up at the top of the hour. So, if there's any more questions, go ahead and leave them or chat about them. If you guys have a Ravencoin address that accepts assets, make sure you guys leave that for me, either in Discord or here. Now, do it in Discord because I might lose it here. Send it over in Discord. And then I will send you a C3 token from the podcast just for being a guest on here today.
Will do.
I will try to remember that when I get my wallet synced.
All right.
I do have to do that. I'm not really.
You know what I would like to see here in Braveland when it comes to free tokens.
Belly dancers.
What I would like to see here in Braveland is customizable skins, NFT customizable skins. For example, this hat that I'm wearing, I would like to have the opportunity to modify that, or be able to purchase using Ravencoin a Ravencoin hat, or a Ravencoin button, Ravencoin pants, Ravencoin jacket, anything and everything Ravencoin. That would be awesome. It would just show me that you can't really just fake it. You actually got to invest Ravencoin into wearing these skins. So it's just going to show value in your avatar. Not only that, you can sell these on the open market and on OpenSea. That's an idea. That's just an idea that I have. If you
I like it.
What was that?
I like it.
Yeah. That's something that
Start a fashion line, tokenized fashion line on.
Yeah.
I just want a T-shirt. I live in T-shirts. Just all you guys in suit and tie. That makes me sick. I want a T-shirt. Every shirt is buttoned down.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Like I was thinking about that when we have a C3 convention, because I would like to have a C3 convention pretty soon, probably in a couple months here, and the people that are only allowed to attend the C3 convention is anyone that has proof of a C3 button on their shirt. Obviously, if you have a button, you're allowed. Like, for example, nobody can just walk into this room right now. Actually, technically, they can. Somebody can just go outside and push the open button, and the door will open, right? But say, for example, it's a locked room, and you can only be authorized to enter unless you have that button. That's pretty cool, man. I like that. That just shows that there's actual real utility, not only through blockchain, but also through a platform like Braveland. Not only that, within the convention itself, for example, like I said, I have my book. I also have physical copies. Let's say that the first 10 people that attend the conference gets a free physical copy of my book. So not only are you getting a button that has value to it, you also get a physical copy, and you get free attendance into the room or the convention room, right? Those are just things that blow my mind that we can. It's possible. Ravencoin socks. No? Yes?
Hey, FourLifeGaming, is that T-shirt that you can buy one that you can wear in here?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So skins per se, right? You got your Ravencoin shirt, Ravencoin pants, Ravencoin socks, Ravencoin hat. Heck, I even get a Raven tattoo on my face.
On your face.
You're a little Mike Tyson on us.
Ravencoin. Was there anything else brought up in the Discord that I should bring up?
You were asking something about mining, or what were you wanting to know?
I just want your feedback on your guys' experience on mining. recently in comparison to last year?
I didn't mine any Raven last year. I basically stopped mining Raven in 2018, and I I can mine it. I'll mine it now. I'm set up to mine it if it becomes the most profitable thing, which it occasionally does, and I just mine it and keep it. But other than that, I'm just trying to get whatever is the most profitable thing, and then I usually don't want whatever that is, and so yeah, if I want it to be something else, then I'll do that.
Does anyone use Kudo Miner? Taking that as a no.
When you mine shit coins, do you sell them to pay your overhead, or do you sell them and buy other coins?
I haven't sold anything. When I'm mining shit coins, I'm not getting paid in those. The pool is paying me in BTC.
Gotcha.
So right now, what I'm doing with my crypto, my bag, is I got the majority of it pushed over to the Celsius network and earning interest off of that. And so far, that's been giving me the comfortability of not stressing out about not earning profits off of my crypto. I love it, and on top of it, it's secure there. There's been times in my past, in my crypto history, my personal crypto history, that I have lost my private keys, and it sucks. It really does suck. But that's why I trust an exchange, or I guess a trade, an investment platform like Celsius, because their product is built through smart contracts. It's not just a centralized network; it is a smart contract, and basically the only way to tap into the network, you actually got to destroy Ethereum in order to break into the Celsius smart contract. It's not going to happen. It's been tested over and over again. The code is publicly available, and nobody's been able to break into it. And as of right now, I think they have about $12 billion worth of assets on their platform, which is amazing. And they continue to grow.
Although we're early in the game, it all sounds too much like Ponzi's to me. I fear them.
Yeah, I guess so. It's one of those things that you got to take a risk, right, in order to earn the return on that. I'm more comfortable with using something like Celsius over DeFi, because DeFi is like, if you screw up, man. That's it, you're done. And I'm not too comfortable using DeFi. The first time I actually dabbled with DeFi is using that P Raven, and it's only because Kent
Bull.
Kent Bull. He came over in the Discord and was chatting about it. I'm like, oh, let me check this out. I've never used DeFi, but I got all this Raven coin just sitting in my QT wallet. What am I going to do with it? Let me just jump over there and just see if I can earn some interest off of it. Not knowing that there's no other back end to it until you said that. And I'm going to look, after this, I'm going to look into that and see what I can do. But I just want to earn interest off of that. That's all I want to do. I like interest. That's one of those things that I can earn 5, 10, 15% off my Raven. I'm happy with that.
I don't care about interest. If we could get Raven up to $10, interest is meaningless.
I agree. The only thing I would add is I like to be diversified.
Yes, I agree with you. I'm diversified. I got a lot of coins in my Celsius wallet, and every single one of them, I have looked into them and their white papers, and I'm very happy that I got these. And to date, I still buy crypto on a monthly basis, and I've read the white papers. Every single one of them, I don't plan on selling. That's before we close up. Everything that I invest into, I don't invest to flip a profit now. I'm literally looking long term for a minimum of 10 years down the road. That's me. That's me holding my back for at least 10 years. So I am one of those guys that I don't plan on selling anything. I don't plan on doing anything on exchanges for at least 10 years. I'm just going to buy, and buy, and buy.
When I say diversified, I don't just mean having multiple coins in one place like Celsius. I mean having stuff that's not in one place like Celsius. and also not having everything in crypto and all that other stuff that goes along with it.
Yeah, I've got a lot of backlash on that, telling people that I got majority of it on Celsius, but that's my bag. I'm happy with leaving it there. I've always done. You can say I've done a lot of dumb stuff with my crypto. For example, the ICOs. I got into a lot of ICOs. In fact, I used to host meetups here in Silicon Valley, where I live, years ago, before the ICO boom. When the ICO boom came, I was already doing meetups here for at least like a year, 2 years. And the ICO boom occurred, and I got into a lot of ICOs and got burned by a lot of them, without a doubt. And that's why I realized, hey, I forgot my private keys, or I misplaced my piece of paper with my private keys written on it, and I probably threw it away when I moved, which is a bummer. So now I just stare at the blockchain, like, well, that would have been mine. Well, now it's not even worth that much compared to what it was at the top, you know. But I'm still holding a small bag. Something that I'm proud of, that I'm still part of the crypto community. And I want to continue working on creating code. I'm not a developer, but I'm slowly learning JavaScript and HTML, just so if I can utilize my time and help out blockchain, I'll do my best in what I can do, right? Because I think this is an opportunity for me to grow in that field. I like crypto. I like, for example, you guys don't have to be here. I don't have to be here. I can go game if I want, right? But I like talking crypto. I like getting you guys' feedback on things. I like the inspiration. I do this all the time. As a matter of fact, yesterday I had a meetup. Tomorrow I have another meetup. And then I believe Sunday I have another one. In the days that I'm not actually doing podcasting, I am literally studying or just touching base with people via email, on private message, on Discord, you know, and just doing studying. A lot of YouTube on different blockchains, because I like blockchain. I like blockchain tech. There's this new thing that's out. This is aside from Ravencoin, which is the Hedera Hashgraph. Hashgraph technology is very, very fascinating. And after I read the white paper, I asked the guys if they want to be a part of the podcast. Alex has HBAR, awesome. And I'm going to have the guys on tomorrow to talk further about what Hashgraphs is. It's something beyond blockchain. It's something that I would consider a blockchain without a blockchain, because they don't actually use blockchain. They use a system called, it's like a gossiping system, where the transactions go through nodes. Every node communicates these transactions back and forth, and throughout the community, thousands of nodes communicate what transaction entered the network. And obviously the oldest transaction that started will be the most true. What's interesting about the network itself, doing this whole node gossiping, is that the network is not 100% sound. Some of those nodes might disagree with the transaction that's going through, but that's okay, because it is a consensus algorithm per se. It will settle on what the overall consensus is of what that transaction is. That's awesome.
Take a look at, there's the Coin Bureau guy. He did an episode on Hedera Hashgraph. You may find that very interesting to watch, and if you haven't checked it out already.
Yeah, I checked it out. Yeah, he's really awesome. I like that guy. Anything else before we wrap it up? Because we are out of here.
That's it for me.
Cool.
Awesome. I'm going to jump over to Discord if you guys want to hang out.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the head.
All right. Let's go. Oh,
Sounds
look
good.
at 4. All right, we got to dance, man. Everyone start dancing. Oh, man, I was the only one that danced.
I have no idea how to dance.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. End of stream.